guys, Matt from Trybe here, and today I am here with another EOS DApp review. Today we're going to start out with EOS Black, and we're going to kind of dig into what exactly is EOS Black and how exactly does it all work. So I've now opened the web page for EOS Black, where EOS Black states that it's the revolutionary ecosystem for EOSIO, the next generation EOSIO platform. So what exactly does that mean? Let's dig into it a little bit. EOS Black is essentially a DApp on EOS, which is where the people who have a proportion of tokens will actually receive airdrops from the DApps that are incubated. On the YS page, it says ICO was an attractive funding model for startups while securing initial investment is critical. However, as the environment surrounding the ICO, including scams and legal regulations, gradually worsens, more and more investors grow skeptical of the ICO itself, pointing to the fact that the growth base for competent startups is continually shrinking. If every ICO is successfully conducted, huge expense such as marketing, establishment of overseas corporations, etc., function as the obstacles to development of DApps. So what exactly does this mean? Essentially, it means that by being a token holder of EOS Black, you're going to receive tokens from the DApps that EOS Black is incubating. It says here continuous free airdrops, so you will receive DApp tokens made by Crypto Factory by airdrops, fund management and development support, so they're going to help incubate some of the DApps and provide some support for ICOs, fund management and development support, which essentially means that they're going to incubate the DApps separate from ICO procedures, adequate rewards for influencers. The influencers who have contributed to the platform growth can be rewarded, resources for DApp operations, decentralized on-chain governance, and reliable token investment information. So there is 3 billion maximum supply of EOS Black tokens, where the initial free offering was 30%. 30% was a seed capital for the reward bank. Marketing, of course, the EOS Black PTE Limited, which I'm assuming is EOS Black Foundation. Crypto Fund, 13.3%. Partner and Advisory, 3.3%. Enterprise Partnership Program Reserve, 8.3%. So I'm assuming that that's for creating partnerships, and you can see the breakdown under the token distribution page. Let's talk about the roadmap. So in the Q1 of 2018, they established the corporation. Second quarter, there was market research and EOS Black planning. Third quarter, they did their airdrop, of course, which if you were a holder at the Genesis snapshot, you received some EOS Black. The 2018 roadmap continues on to have a meetup in 2018, the alpha version released, and the DApp system alpha version as well as the Crypto Factory alpha version. 2019, EOS Black test net launch, EOS Black community test, Crypto Factory API test, and EOS Black Alliance Conference. The second quarter, they're going to prepare for the API of DApp development, the community launch, and the partnership expansion. Third quarter, the platform, CBT, EOS Black guide release, the Crypto Factory API release, and another EOS Black meetup, with the fourth quarter coming to the platform launch and the EOS Black DApp development system launch. So this is a brief overview of the EOS Black white paper, which we're going to get into, just some of the most important points to kind of understand what exactly they're doing. So in the summary, they say EOS Black is a multiverse that contributes to the expansion of EOSIO DApps through a collaborative platform named Crypto Factory. It is expected to play a pivotal role in establishing EOSIO as the Android of blockchain. So here we are at the eliminating developmental barriers, which really kind of sums up what exactly EOS Black is essentially. ICOs have emerged as a new method of raising development capital and are becoming more difficult due to skepticism brought about by previous scams and government regulations. Some even now view ICOs as a waste of time and resources, and generally there's a negative sentiment surrounding the concept. In response to this, EOS Black eliminates the cumbersome process of launching an ICO by financing its development capital using inflation of its coins together with other income generated from operating its own decentralized exchange. So essentially they're going to be taking DApps in the EOS ecosystem and incubating them, helping them kind of grow and come to fruition. And of course, they're going to be dropping to their token holders, and they're going to finance that through some of its development capital, as well as operating its own decentralized exchange. It basically says here that the success of EOSIO depends on the number of DApps that are operated on the platform. EOS Black provides the optimal environment for DApp development through the collaborative platform Crypto Factory. Also, in contrast with the EOSIO platform, where DApp developers are faced with the economic burden for staking EOS and computing resources, EOS Black utilizes a representatives consensus body to eliminate fundamental impediments to develop by resolving the issue of computing resource allocation, which previously relied on market logic. What does that mean? They're going to use the resources to help provide enough EOS and enough bandwidth and CPU and RAM to be able to help some of these dApps grow. So another interesting section here talks about open democracy. Any stakeholder can make their voice heard in the dApp selection process through the on-chain governance. On-chain governance is an open democracy system unique to EOS Black, created to overcome the limitations of indirect democracy on DPoS, delegated proof of stake, and enhance the legitimacy of governance. This allows stakeholders to participate in the voting of representatives and the rating of supporters, and allows them to lead the ecosystem in a better way through the continuous monitoring of representatives. So that's kind of interesting. They're basically saying that token holders are going to be able to vote on the actual dApps that get incubated. Another interesting point here is when they say by operating a development fund, the necessary funds for the operation of Crypto Factory are secured and rewards are paid to stakeholders who participate in actual development according to their level of contribution. In addition, the supporters ranking system provides rewards that are suitable for the activities of supporters and maximizes their influence and ripple effect by offering them according to relevant criteria. So essentially, some of the proceeds from the platform are going to get paid out to people who are actually token holders themselves, dependent on the amount that they actually contribute to the ecosystem itself. So this is kind of an interesting concept. The core of blockchain is the fairness in which it distributes the economic value created by the platform to its stakeholders. Nevertheless, voluntary contribution by individuals that cannot be verified by the blockchain system has not been seriously considered. According to the Digital Analysis Report for Content Matters 2018, published by P&R marketing consulting firm Haim Shout, 8 out of 10 consumers get information through influencers. That suggests that influencers can contribute to the growth of the ecosystem. So essentially, EOS Black is aiming to distribute value for some of the influencers who are creating value for them. So they talk here a little bit about their dApp selection process, which I find kind of interesting because the representatives are going to select dApps with the highest growth potential among dApp candidates chosen through the on-chain governance system. So people will be voting for what kind of dApps that they want EOS Black to actually incubate, which is kind of a cool way of doing it. So another interesting part of the white paper is token issuance, regardless of whether a dApp is launched. Tokens may be issued according to the decision by the consensus body. Tokens issued at this time are automatically listed on the internal DEX and are stored in the crypto bank as rewards for dApp developers and coin staking. So what that means is that they're going to actually internally list the dApps that they incubate as well. So here they talk about voting for representatives. Stakeholders monitor all activities occurring in the ecosystem and express their final opinions through their voting in order to maintain the stable value of their coins. By making participation in voting a prerequisite to receiving rewards, the on-chain governance system fundamentally prevents governance by a minority for a minority and encourages more stakeholders to participate in the election of representatives. So the right of representatives to vote can be viewed as a means for stakeholders to keep the representatives in check, and those representatives should continue to contribute to the growth of the ecosystem so as not to lose any trust and support of the stakeholders. It continues to say that stakeholders participate in the process of selecting dApps supported by Crypto Factory by expressing their opinions using likes and dislikes, or leaving comments in a way similar to on a social media platform, or post dApp-related analysis data where they are visible to everyone. The final decision, however, is made by a representative who works as an EOSIO block producer. One of the reasons for making representatives the final decision makers regarding dApps is to utilize the experience of the consensus body, which consists of verified experts in the field, but more importantly, to ensure fast decision-making power and execution. So for funding of incentives, EOS Black utilizes crypto bank funds to share the economic value of incremental profits, and utilizes the reward bank funds to encourage the active participation of stakeholders, which is required for the growth of the ecosystem. It goes on to talk about Crypto Bank that says all the tokens generated in Crypto Factory during dApp development are automatically stored in the Crypto Bank, except for 20% of the tokens, which are permanently stored. Those tokens are used as incentives for voters and dApp developers. The parameters associated with the token distribution can change according to the ecosystem environment and the decision of representatives. The 20% of tokens which are permanent will be used as an underlying asset for the stability of the coin and the future durability. It moves on to talk about Reward Bank, which funds begin with the seed capital created on the initial free offering, and any funds that are required afterwards are procured through annual inflation of EOS Black coin, DEX transaction fees, and advertising revenue. So of course, as I previously mentioned, token airdrops as the number of EOS Black DApps increases, the number of tokens airdrop will increase in proportion. This will increase the number of platform users and ultimately increase the demand for EOS Black coins. Decentralized exchange as the number of transactions being made on the decentralized exchange increases. Demand for the key currency, EOS Black, will increase proportionally. So it sounds like they're going to make that the key currency in the decentralized exchange for a lot of the DApps that they're incubating. So that is essentially EOS Black. It looks like a ecosystem that's going to promote EOS DApps, is going to help incubate them, is going to have the token holders involved directly in the decisions that are made, which ones to list, and is going to reward token holders with airdrops based on their participation level.